Hey gorgeous, welcome to my channel Beyond Lust with me, Paloma. Today's video is brought to you by Dossier because smelling fabulous should come with compliments, not credit card debt. My look today is inspired by Dossier's Floral Lavender perfume. Chic, playful, and feminine, just like me. Dossier perfumes are vegan, cruelty-free, and made with clean ingredients. Now, let's keep this simple. Floral Lavender opens with a fresh, sunny blend of mandarin, neroli, and orange blossom. Then, it softens into warm notes of jasmine and vanilla. The twist? A touch of lavender, often used in men's fragrances, gives it a bold, playful edge. The result is elegant, sensual, and just a little unexpected. If you want to see how I transformed into this amazing floral lavender inspired look, keep watching. I start by wiping my brows with 70% alcohol to remove any oil. Then, I use Elmer's purple glue stick to glue down my brows. With a spoolie, I brush them upwards. Then, with the back of the spoolie, I take my time to really flatten them. Let it dry for about 2 minutes. You can repeat the same process 2 or 3 times depending on how thick your brows are. Next, I set my brows using one size translucent setting powder. Keep pressing until they are completely flat. Then, you can dust away the extra powder with a big fluffy brush. To cover my brows, I use my favorite Kryolan TV Paint Stick in 4W. I really love the coverage of this stick foundation. Look how amazing it hides everything. You can always build up the coverage by adding more foundation, especially for those with dark brows. And again, I set everything with the one size translucent powder. Be generous. And again, remove the extra powder with a big fluffy brush. For eyes, I'm using the Morphe and Nikita palette. First, I apply this gorgeous light purple as my base. Always start at the outer corner and blend inwards. Bring it gently to the inner corner and start shaping your new eye. Blending is key here. Think of it like softening the edges so everything flows together. Use very light and gentle strokes. No need to rush. Next, I take a medium dark purple with a flat brush. I apply it at the outer corner for a lifted winged shape. A little tip here. Start with less product and build it up slowly. It's always easier to add more than to take it away. With the same brush, I sketch my new crease. Take your time here because it's a delicate step that requires precision. Another trick is to hold your brush at a slight angle, almost like you're sweeping, not poking. This makes it easier to control and keeps the edges soft. I change to a different brush, flat but slightly dense, because it packs on more color while still letting me smudge the edges. This makes it perfect for creating that soft, smoky finish without losing the shape. Now, I use Kryolan TV Paint Stick in white for the cut crease base. At this stage, trust the process. It might look a little crazy right now, but that's the fun of it. You know, makeup always goes through an ugly duckling stage before the glow up. Just keep going, it will come together. Anyway, I'd like to make the wing a little sharper for extra drama. Now, I'm adding a white shimmery shadow on top of the base. See how it instantly brightens up the eye? It makes the whole look pop. I mean, look at that shine. So pretty, right? Using the same flat brush, I touch up and clean any messy edges. Then, I take MAC brush stroke liner in black to create the wing. This step definitely needs a steady hand, so don't rush it. I like to start thin and then build it up. It is much easier than fixing a big mistake later. And remember, wings are sisters, not twins, so don't stress if they are not perfectly identical. I go back with the same flat brush that still has some shadow on it and finish the look. I also add more light purple under my eyes for a smoky effect. On my waterline, I use MAC Color Access Gel Pencil in Commitment Issues. It is such a gorgeous purple color. Then I add a thin layer of dark purple on top so the line pops even more. My skin is a bit dry, so I use MAC Studio Radiance Primer for extra hydration. I applied it on my dry spots, especially around here. For foundation, I'm using Kevyn Aucoin Sensual Skin Enhancer. You don't need much. A little goes a long way. It is hydrating and the coverage is insane. Look at that, how gorgeous it is. My skin looks so flawless and smooth, even butter is jealous. Anyway, use tapping or dabbing technique for the best result. For contour, I'm using the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate Cream Duo. Honestly, I love this one because the tone is just right, nice and cool. That's what you want. Because contour is meant to give you shadow, not turn you into a walking orange. Just so you know, warm contour can look a bit sunburned. And that's not the fantasy, okay? With a cool tone, however, you will get cheekbones that are lifted, snatched, and just a little bit dangerous. And of course, I cannot forget the nose. Just a quick contour to make her look cute, tiny, and ready for the spotlight. For highlight, I'm using the same Kevyn Aucoin Skin Enhancer, but in a lighter shade. I like to place it right in the center of my face, especially under my eyes to brighten, a little above the lips for that pouty look, and of course across the forehead and on the chin. Basically all the spots where light naturally hits. Then I blend it all out until it's seamless. A little tip, I like to use the same brush or sponge that I use for my foundation. It helps everything melt together and look smooth instead of sitting on top of the skin. That way, the highlight and contour become friends, not strangers. As you can see here, I'm also applying highlight right under my cheekbones. This lifts the contour even more and makes the face look sharper and more sculpted. Then I go back with a brush that still has a little leftover contour just to touch up the edges. This helps clean everything up and sharpen the shape without adding too much extra product. I also like to highlight the bridge of my nose. This makes it look slimmer and more lifted, almost like the light is naturally hitting right down the center. Once I finish with creams, I set everything with one size translucent loose powder again. Be generous, more powder, more flawless. Look, no filter needed. Next, I bronze with MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in medium dark. I apply it around the perimeter of my face. It matches my neck, and also my body perfectly. Then blush, always. I'm using MAC Powder Blush in Frankly Scarlet, and I love how it matches my eye makeup. I pop it on the apples of my cheeks and blend it upward for that lifted effect. It's amazing to see how blush just brings the whole face to life. For extra glow, I add MAC Soft and Gentle Highlighter, especially on the cheekbones, my nose tip, and my bridge. Just enough shine in all the right spots. Did you know, the bigger the lashes, the better, especially for drag makeup. I mean, if your lashes don't touch your eyebrows when you blink, are you even trying? These ones are custom made, stacked for maximum drama. And yes, I also add bottom lashes for that doll eye effect. It really opens up the eyes and gives that white glamorous look, almost like a cartoon character, but make it fashion. For this floral lavender inspired look, I'm adding rhinestones around my eyes. I use lash glue. It holds better and is safe for skin. I used 3 different sizes and apply them in clusters for that extra sparkle. Look at that. So cunty and so gorgeous. For lips, I start by overlining with MAC Lip Pencil in magenta. The shade ties in beautifully with my eyeshadow, which I love because it pulls the whole look together. Take your time with this step because no one likes a harsh and uneven liner. I fill most of my lips with the pencil first, then soften the edges with a brush so it blends seamlessly into the gloss. Next, we have gloss, and not just any gloss. I'm using MAC Dazzle Gloss in Boys Go Crazy. And can we talk about the texture? Glittery, purple, glossy. It's giving full-on fantasy, like disco ball on my lips. And yes, it will absolutely make the boys go crazy. And that's the power of a good gloss. And voila! Here's the finished look. I feel so pretty, sparkly, and just a little cunty, especially paired with Floral Lavender by Dossier. She ties it all together. If you like this lavender fantasy, don't forget to like, subscribe, and see you next time.